Hi there, friends. I haven't been on for a while, but I'm going to talk to you today about healing with the spirits of the plants and what happens on a retreat and how powerful these can be. I just returned from a retreat that I facilitated, and it was one of the most satisfying experiences after all of these years, after about 20 years of facilitating retreats. And I want to tell you why I think it was so powerful. Part of it was that the people that signed up for retreat arrived prepared. So, in order to work with plant medicine effectively, there are some guidelines to follow. And one of the strongest guidelines is preparation. Because without proper preparation, you don't really have a foundation to land in your body to clear out what isn't necessary as much as possible in the toxicity in the environment or in the foods that you eat, just to kind of start to calm and slow the system down so the attention can be more restful, can turn inward, and can be more receptive to listening to the plants and allow them to work in those deeper places and those fragmented aspects of who we are that may have been wounded early on in an early trauma or just some kind of harmful relationship, because trauma is a large spectrum, yes, from the small t to the large t, or something inside that just hasn't been resolved. And it gets a chance then to be met in a very deep, careful, tender way. So preparation is very important. And this starts to, really bring us into our body. Because all of the work that I do, not only to work with the plant medicine, but I'm a body centered therapist, a Hakomi trained therapist, trauma trained. So, and my spiritual practice is earth based and very embodied, very feminine, very much engaging the feeling function and allowing for the fullness of who we are as people, as humans, to be able to be messy. So that there are contraindications, and so there are certain things that it's really important to stop sometimes for up to 2 weeks in order to participate. So I carefully screen everyone. And these are things like medications, alcohol, recreational drugs, pork, um, processed foods, spicy, really spicy stuff, maybe not for 2 weeks, but closer to the retreat. Uh, it's just the stuff that is hard to digest because already certain parts of life are hard to digest and assimilate. And the purpose of working on a plant medicine healing retreat is to digest and assimilate those experiences in life that we've moved away from for whatever reason. We didn't have the resources, we weren't grounded in our bodies, we didn't know how to attend to things. So some of us are kind of more in the running mode, not even consciously, or unconsciously living above the shoulders and not really in the body. So this is a very embodied experience. So there's the preparation, there's the having an intention for maybe there's something specific that you're aware of that you want to work on. And you can pray about that and bring it as an intention to the spirits of the plants and to me as the Curandera that facilitates and guides. I don't do it. I'm one part. So there's that. So there's having a trained facilitator like myself. Check it out. Look at my website, look at my credentials, look at my mentors, read the reviews from prior participants. Be thorough in your research about who you're going to work with. And then the location needs to be safe as well. And there has to be confidentiality because we want to protect medicine carriers, and we also want everyone who attends the retreat to feel that their personal inner life is not going to get exposed to strangers. So my job when everybody arrives, if you've done your diet, Then the rest is kind of left up to us as a group and our togetherness, and also how I set things up. Some people refer to the retreat as like a cosmic hospital. And so I get everything all ready so that people can really ground in their bodies and pay attention and really dive into the exercises. So on this last retreat, and it happens on pretty much every retreat, a different variation of an inquiry. And the way that the inquiry came this time was, what is it I dare to desire? Or what is it that I dare to ache for? What is it that I dare to long for? And we set this up in dyads, deep listening dyads. And a couple of the principles about deep listening is that you're just listening. So there's two people together, and one is just sitting still quietly like a mirror, not putting anything on top of what the speaker is saying. So there's no commentary, there's no agreeing, disagreeing. There's like, none of this that I'm doing right now of nodding, or the body is meant to be quiet, like a still lake. And you're just receiving what the other person has to say. And we do this in 3 levels. So first the person talks from the mind, then from the heart, and then from the deep body. And in between each level, we close our eyes for a little bit and sense what's happening in the body. Just feel into the body and sense what is happening. And at each level, as we deepen, it's very interesting what you can contact in yourself, that you can track and contact parts that are ripe and ready to really be seen and met. And so this is always surprises people. They're happy about it and relieved. I mean, it feels so good to be witnessed and really listened to deeply without anyone adding something on top of that. And to not be concerned that that would be happening. So that's one of the exercises that we did. We do similar to that. We have several ceremonies, check-ins, sharings, time in nature, and plenty of time to rest when necessary. It's a pretty full-on package, I do have to say. So it's important to come rested and plan on being engaged to whatever degree you want, really. If you need to rest, you rest. And we eat good food, really good food, lots of really good food, snacks and meals. Less, we have 2 meals a day instead of 3 because of the ceremony. There's usually a ceremony each day of some sort. And then we have a very beautiful closing ceremony of honoring each participant, and of course, honoring the plant spirits that have come to visit us and allow us to receive their medicine. We have a ceremony for the land. There's so much that goes on. It's a really beautiful experience. And I just wrote a blog, you could say, or an essay on my Substack, which is Prajna O'Hara Substack. And I will link it beneath. If you're on my newsletter, you would receive that, the link to it. We have a retreat coming up in Europe in August. There's a couple of spaces open. And this might be my last trip to Europe for a while, because have a sanctuary here now. And I've been receiving more invitations to build community here locally. And there was a time when I really wanted to travel, and I love going to Europe, and all of the people that I've met there, it's been so enriching and so powerful, and friends over there for life. But now you might need to come here. It might be easier. It's a lot of moving parts. But I am Prajna O'Hara, and if you have any questions about any of this, go to my website. It's in the notes, or whatever you call it. Like, share, comment, and I look forward to seeing you on a retreat, or even just for you to enjoy my writing. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.